I just wanted to see what the sound check was
It's
like.
not on.
Thank you.
All right, make sure you correct your broadcast with your mount. Mount.
We're in Mound?
Mount. Mount.
What am I missing? Oh, Mount. It's the sponsor message. Test, test. Test, test.
Testing. Testing. Welcome to Des Moines.
I just wanted to see what the sound check was like. Oh, that's perfect. Thank you. We got like a 10-second delay though.
Oh, we could.
Jeez.
A little more sophisticated. We could cut
Gosh.
all the out.
We could Welcome back to Able Ice Arena here in Des Moines, Iowa. The Whitehawks this afternoon will face off in the championship game. Sioux City Flyers.
Sioux Falls.
God darn it. Sioux Falls Flyers, thank you, CR, versus your Mount Westonka Whitehawks. Both teams battle for the neutral zone. S on the far side. Flyers now bringing it across the blue line. Shot. That goes wide of the net. Eric Flum getting the start today here in the championship game. Childers picks up the puck behind the Whitehawks net. Dumps it out to S. He gets dumped. He has to turn around. And now Childers will throw it high out of the zone. Flyers will pick it up at the red line. They'll dump it in off the glass. That'll cycle around. They'll come in for a line change. McGovern is there. He gets taken out on the near side. Puck comes back the other way. Beal's got to hustle to get there. Flyers will pick it up. Beal pinches his man on the boards. S can't control it. Shot. That'll go wide. Once again, 13-minute periods here in Iowa. For those watching at home, we'll not have a resurface between periods. Rather, a 1 to 2 minute break is what we've seen thus far. Childers now gets knocked off the puck, and S will throw it the length of the ice, and that will be icing. Whitehawks having trouble getting it out of their zone. S throws it down the ice. The Whitehawks will bring 5 fresh skaters on. Koski, Zoka, Renke with Piaski and Brown. Off the draw, shot out front, turned aside by Piaski in the slot. And now Koski. He'll go on the far side boards. He'll take the outside, comes across the red line. Now to Renke. Renke tries to split the defenseman. That hops off his stick. Puck goes into the corner, fed back to Piaski. Piaski's got to give up the blue line as the Flyers make the charge the other way. Shot. Plum blockers that down. Brown will pick it up. Throws it off the glass. That hops. Stopped at the blue line momentarily. Koski is there. Whitehawks battle for it. Renke brings it out before being dumped back in by the Flyers. 11:20 remaining in the first. Puck behind Flum. Brown to Renke. He's got to turn. He can't control it. Flyers will hold. And now Koski picks it up. Koski off the glass. That doesn't make its way out of the zone. Shot through the slot. Through everybody as now Zilka picks it up. And he'll throw it 185 feet. Whitehawks will get a change. And they just changed the scoreboard. Flyers and Hawks.
Must have logged into the broadcast.
Yeah, maybe. So Lundgren on the face-off. Puck is dropped. Flyers win the draw. Dump it deeper into the zone behind Flum. Beal will pick it up behind his own net. Puck comes out front. Backhand. That goes through the crease and wide. Wesley is there. He gets overpowered. Whitehawks battle for it. Flyers now. Lundgren with a good job tying up his man, winning the puck. McGovern now will bring it back the other way. He looks, fires it up. That hits Lundgren's skate and goes back deep into the Whitehawks corner. Beal pushes his man off the puck. Lundgren has it. He looks, fires it up. That hops over Wesley's stick. That'll go out of the zone. No icing. Both players could have played it at the blue line. Flyers now chipping around to the near side. Wesley is there. 3 Flyers on the puck. Whitehawks pressuring. Trost with Wesley and Lundgren. Flyers come out of the zone. They turn it over in transition. Wesley comes off on the change. Sends S out on the ice. S through the middle. He'll pick it up at the blue line. Helps it into the zone. Tops of the circles. S now steps back. Looks for a shot. He gets knocked down and that gets pulled off of his stick before the Flyers come back the other way on the near side. Milady steps up. He's got an opportunity. A shot. Misses high right over the goalie's glove and the crossbar. Milady back in the corner now. Brings it back the other way. He leaves it for Childers. Childers waits. Fires it deep into the corner. Milady pins his man up against the boards. Childers is there. S hovering out front, waiting for a pass. Milady tries to deliver it. That gets stopped in the slot. Shot all the way down the ice. So at 9:22 remaining in the first, we'll have a face-off. The first deep in the Flyer zone.
A little more buzz that shift for the Whitehawks. We've seen out of the first couple.
Yeah, good opportunity from Milady right up the middle. Just couldn't find the back of the net. Whitehawks win the draw. Milady now fires with the Piaski. Piaski shot. That goes high. Brown pinches. Puck comes out to neutral zone. Milady is there to help out. He looks at Piaski, decides to go back to the near side. Now with S. S will carry across his own blue line, pulls it back, fires it forward. Momentarily has the blue line at the Flyer zone. Now he's helped out by Milady before the puck comes back out to the neutral zone. Piaski will circle around. Back to Koski. He waits, looks. Near side of Piaski at the Hawks bench. That'll go wide. Fired back into the zone, and the Hawks will be caught off sides. They'll bring it back down just outside the Hawks blue line for a faceoff.
Must have deemed that intentional, so we'll have the face-off outside of the Flyer zone.
We've been promised the A squad here from a referee perspective. That was the request to wait for the 2 o'clock start to make sure we had the right referees in place. Hawks now in the Flyer slot. Koski buzzing. Knocks the puck off momentarily. McGovern holds it at the zone before he gets chipped off the puck. Here come the Flyers, 2-on-2. As they hit the blue line, Flyers across. Good stick by Nolan Beal. He'll pick it up. He'll skate now. Gets it out of the zone to Renke. Renke a forward to Koski momentarily. McGovern now reset back the other way. Across the blue line, Zoka dumps it in deeper. Leaves it for Koski as he goes off on a change. Back to the point. Shot. Deflected out front. That puck skirts wide of the net. And the Flyers will throw it out of the zone. McGovern picks it up at the red line. Fires back the other way to Beal. Now they battle for it on the far side. Koski. Trost helps it out. Trost to Wesley. Wesley's got a step. Goes backhand. Just rolled off of his stick. Tried to get into that forehand. Pins his man against the boards before Trost holds it in deep. Now Wesley pins it even deeper. Lundgren will be the first man to the puck. He looks to feed it back. Skates across the circle. Holds on to it. Wesley's dumped out front. Shot. Block or glove turned aside by the Flyers goalie. Off the iron. That goes in the net. Gabe Lundgren circles around. Throws it off the iron. And the Whitehawks will take a lead at 7:29 remaining in the first.
Snuck that one in the back door.
Yeah. So once again, the Lundgren-Wesley Trost line delivers. Especially productive last night in the last game against Ames, and they continue here today in the first game. First and only game. Lundgren wins the draw to Brown. Brown to Piaski on the near side boards. Gets across the red line. He'll skate it in. Looks for help out front. Wesley is there. Tries to throw it up front in the crease. Wow. Getting a little feisty down front. Quinn Wesley doing his job. Goalie takes objection to Wesley's tenacity.
Quinn skates out nonplussed. I would call that.
It's great when you can get the goalie frustrated right away, hacking and whacking. The more he spends time doing that, the less time he spends time thinking about what's going on between his own pipes. So Wesley, Lundgren, and Trost will continue on here. Flyers look to break out of their zone. They chip it out to center ice. Hit by Wesley. That's going to be a high stick. We'll bring it back down to the Whitehawks zone for a faceoff. Or maybe just outside the Whitehawks zone for a faceoff. No. That'll be deep in the Hawk zone. Lundgren rather plays it with a high stick in the neutral zone.
You said that that Lundgren Trost Wesley group has had a few good games here. Starting Edina, we got Bobby's first goal of the season. They've continued the strong play into the tournament here.
Childers knocks the center stick out of his hands, gives an opportunity for the Whitehawks. Milady, one man to beat on the far side. Shot, uses the defenseman as a screen, but they can't hit the net. Goes high and wide. Piaski will hold now to Childers, down low. Childers right out front, hits the goalie's pads. Skirts wide. Flyers try to clear. Brown holds. Battle at the blue line. Brown will win that battle. Throws it back down in the opposite corner now. Flyers try to clear. Piaski steps up to hold. He'll bring it down to the hash marks. Now at the end line, right out front. That skirts through everybody. Brown will hold. Brown feeds it back down low. Flyers pick it up. They'll throw it off the glass, 200 feet. That'll be icing. So at 6:25 remaining in the first, the Hawks will get a face-off deep in the Flyer zone. Great arena down here in Des Moines.
Not gonna be sad to leave.
Yeah, friendly confines here. All the fans at home, you'd love this place. Flyers controlling their end.
I hear though it's not as good as the second sheet at Brainerd. I heard that's got all the amenities you could want and more.
Including no heat, no stands. Whitehawks now battling their end out front. That'll skirt through the crease. Comes to the near side. Whitehawks on it. Both Koski and McGovern now checking in the corner. Koski will come away with it. Skate behind Flum. Feed it up to the far side. Zilka back to Koski across the blue line. Renke's got a hold up. Tries to throw it rink wide to Zilka. That connects momentarily. Zilka was going to be offsides. Now Brown to McGovern. A little hot for McGovern to handle. He'll step aside one check. Battle forward his own blue line. And the Flyers throw it in. They'll fire off on a change. 5 Flyers head off the ice. That'll leave the Whitehawks easy to get out of their own zone. Landon McGovern throws it forward. Flyers will pick it up. Whitehawks will make a change on D. Zilka, Trost, and Lundgren on the ice now. Zilka out front all alone. Fires down the near side corner. Nifty little sharpshooter by Silky Zilka. And Jackson Zilka gets on the board here at 5:16 remaining in the first. Whitehawks take a 2-0 lead. Zilka found himself at the end line all alone, just backed up, picked a spot, and buried it.
And it looked like the Flyers backed up, waiting for him to send it across centering pass, and he was just like, I'll just go ahead and take it from here.
Near side above the glove. That'll give the Whitehawks a 2-goal lead here in the championship game. Piaski now skates into the zone deep at the hash marks. Feeds back to Trost, comes right back onto Piaski's stick. He'll carry through the end line. Looks out up top. Brown, he'll fire the shot. Low and hard. Wesley out front. Tried to get it to his forehand, just skits by. And the Flyers will cycle behind their own net. Back the other way now to the far side. They throw it through the middle. Whitehawks have to give up the blue line. And the Flyers will dump and change. Flum will stop it behind his own net. Little confusion out front as the Flyers were first into the zone. Doesn't hurt the Hawks. Flyers touch up and dump it again deep. That'll come all the way around. Flum to the near side. Piaski will get there first with Trost. Piaski now, they battle on the near side boards. Puck comes out to Brown and he pitches it up into the tunnel. So we'll have a face-off at 4:29 in the Hawk zone. Hawks will send out Childers, Milady, and S. Brown, Piaski on defense. Childers wins the draw, but that'll go to the Flyers on the near side boards. Stopped at the point. Fired off of Childers. That'll go into the corner for Piaski. He chips it forward. S has to turn around. And now Childers will cycle back and look. Childers kicks it up to S. S got to hurry, gets it out of the zone. Near side, Milady will be in a foot race here with the defenseman. They get there at the same time. Puck stays in the zone. Brown kicks it to the opposite corner. Milady will chase. Milady tries to feed it back. S now out front, or Childers rather. He gets the puck taken off of his stick before the Flyers throw it out of the zone. They'll make a change. And the Whitehawks will have to retreat. Piaski will turn it up the ice. At the blue line to S. He can't get it out. Gets knocked down, or gets knocked aside. Brown will kick it out of the zone now, back to the red line. Flyers throw it in. That'll hit off the Flyers' boot before Brown picks it up. Brown chipped off of Milady's stick. Piaski will clear the zone. Bit of back and forth hockey here. No one seems to really want the puck. Childers tried to throw it for Zilka, who was breaking just past the between the red and the blue line. And the Flyers catch themselves offside at 3:18 remaining in the first. They'll have a face-off at center ice.
Almost had that outlet there. Just,
he saw him.
Not quite high enough off the glass.
I know, Jackson's Instagram account is Silky Zilka. Also, Sneaky Zilka might be an appropriate title.
Was it the Ames game yesterday where he just snuck himself out and caught a stretch pass and scored.
McGovern now at center ice, dodges a check, throws it into the zone. Renke gets blown up as he shoots the puck. That's on net. Goalie has to turn it aside with his blocker. Right back on his feet. Now Brown fires it at the ice. Oh, tipped out front by Koski, just wide. McGovern feeds it back to Brown. He can't hold, Beal rather, he can't hold the zone. He'll feed it to Zilka. Zilka will wait, back to Beal. He'll throw it forward to Renke, and the Whitehawks will come back into the zone. Renke to Zilka. Zilka tries to feed it over to Koski. Now Zilka shot. Goalie picks that up with the trapper. And so at 2:26, the Hawks will have a face-off in the Flyer zone. Hawks leading in shots 8-3, but more importantly, leading in goals 2-0. Face-offs won by Lundgren, and Brown fires the puck off of the boot of the Flyers winger. That'll go into the stands. Referees will grab a new puck and we'll have a face-off at the same dot. Lundgren now. Drop of the puck. Whitehawks win. Wesley is there. He battles for it. 2 Flyers on him. That puck will come out to Lundgren. He goes to the top of the circle with it before the Flyers escape the zone. Flyers across the red line. They'll fire it in at the Whitehawks blue line behind Flum. Piaski behind his own net. He's there with Lundgren. They pinch their man. Brown now backhand up to Wesley. He tries to help it out. That gets held at the blue line. And now tops of the circles. The Flyers will just dump it in deep into the corner. Brown, first one there, fights off a check. And Lundgren picks up the puck. Feeds it in the slot. Near miss opportunity there for the Flyers. Piaski now 3-on-2 as they hit the blue line. Quinn Wesley well offsides. That's not going to be called. Fires back out front. Piaski will pick it up. Goes, skates aside, holds briefly at the blue line before Bobby Trost now gets knocked down, and the puck will come out of the zone. Flyers will throw it all the way down the ice. Apparently that was tipped by someone on the Whitehawks team. They fire it up the ice, stopped at the blue line. Piaski saw Wesley breaking. It's only a matter of time before that actually makes itself through. Whitehawks leaking out a wing early as they see the defenseman coming up the ice with very little pressure from the Flyers on the forecheck. So it'll come out to center ice at 119. Childers, Milady, and S. Beal now up to McGovern. McGovern feeds it back through center ice. Picked up by S. He takes the zone. S will go wide. Right back to Childers. He's too far. Puck out front. That skitters around a bit. Childers kicks it back to the wall. Now to Beal. Back to Childers. Back to Beal. That gets intercepted. Flyers come out of the zone. 1 minute remaining in the period as the Flyers come to the blue line. Nolan Beal steps up. Stops that rush. He'll carry the puck. Give it up to Milady. Milady, he goes wide. Gets to the forehand. Shot. Ooh. Flyers goalie baited him to the glove side. Milady goes that way, and the black trapper, the Flyers goalie, picks it up. 46 seconds remain in the period, and we'll have a face-off to the blocker side of the Flyers goalie. Milady picks it up off the draw, fires it back down deep. Flyers collecting their own end. S ties up his man, top of the circle. Here come the Flyers now. 33 seconds as they come across the red line. 3 Flyers at the blue line. Childers on the back check, leaving it up. Knocks his man down. Plum turns the first one aside, turns the second one aside. Puck still out in front between the dots. That hops off the Whitehawks stick. Backhand doesn't go anywhere. Still battling out front. The puck will go through the crease to the other side. Flyers still controlling here. Beal sends it up, but not out. Fed back down low, 9 seconds. This is where Will Piaski usually just pinches against the boards. Beal trying to help out. Childers throws his man. Somebody's going to get roughing. Penalty is called here right at the whistle, or at the buzzer rather. I believe it's going to be on Ronan Childers. Well, somebody's going to the box for 2 minutes for interference. It's either Beal or Childers is my guess.
They were the players in the area there.
Yeah, they open the Whitehawks door. Childers will make the lonely skate. He's confused.
As per the usual.
But his number's been called. So the Whitehawks will send number 19 to the box. 30 seconds here in the intermission, and we'll get right back after it. So we'll switch ends, and the Ames Flyers, the Flyers will go on the first power play of the game.
Sioux Falls.
I know.
Falls Flyers.
Sioux
From
City,
South
Sioux
Dakota.
Falls. If I had a pen, I'd write this down. If they just put Sioux Falls on their jersey, it'd make it a lot easier.
Would.
That and the Oilers colors have me confused. I want to call them the Oilers. The buzzer sounds. Childers will make his way to the box. Whitehawks will send out 4 here on the first penalty kill of the game. Milady will go to the center dot. He's got S with him. And the Hawks will send out Piaski. Scratch that. Whitehawks decide to hold their change till the last second. They'll send out Piaski and Brown on defense, Koski and Zilka as your forwards. So they reset the clock at 13 minutes. Childers will serve a minute 30 penalty here for interference. And the Whitehawks battle forward to the blue line. Koski gains the blue line, momentarily has it, pushes his man off the puck. He'll follow deep into the corner. Good way to kill the penalty here. Koski versus 4 Flyers. Koski comes away with it briefly. Now Zilka steps up, goes to the backhand. Now forehand, puck's in the crease. Flyers will clear the zone. That's going to go the length of the ice. That'll be a face-off deep in the Flyer zone here as they can't get the power play running. So just over a minute.
It's a well-spent 29 seconds there.
Yeah, good effort by Samuel Koski. Squaring off against 4 Flyers and winning that battle. Zilka with an opportunity right in front of the net, short-handed. Koski on the draw, shovels it forward, tries to pin his man against the end boards, does. Ties up the puck. He's happy to have it there. Precious time clicks off. Sam Koski versus half the Flyers on the ice. Good shift for Samuel. 15 years and 1 day into his life. Puck now thrown out front. Brown picks it up. Throws it off the board. Zach Karams right back onto Brown's stick in the slot. Now he backhands it. Up but not out. Tops of the circles. Flyers come in. Shot. Flum traps that RVH right in the triangle. And we'll have a face-off at 12:01 remaining in the period. 31 seconds left in the Flyers power play on the near side, deep in the Hawks zone. Hawks send out McGovern, Beal, Renke, and Lundgren. Lundgren on the dot. Beal battles for it on the near side boards. Lundgren now fires it around, too far for McGovern to handle. He'll battle at the boards. Landon McGovern fires it into the skates. It holds on the line. McGovern now against 2 guys, loses his stick. Drops his man, picks up the stick. And the puck comes out to the Flyers. They feed it back to the blue line. Shot from the blue line, high. Flum turns that aside. Rebound, turned aside by Eric Flum. And McGovern will pick up the puck, tries to throw it out. Shot off of Flum's glove. That's going to be Flyers in the crease. That puck should come outside the zone. Or not. You know what happened is the referee preemptively thought Eric was going to catch it, and rather it bounced off the palm. So the Hawks will go back to 5-on-5 hockey now. That will kill the penalty. Flyers turn around, fire it deep into the zone. Pick it up behind the net, throw it out front. No one's home. D to D. Lines up a shot. Out front, tip. Flum stops it. Rebound right out front.
I think that might have been McGovern.
And the rebound somehow goes in the net. So at 11-11, the Flyers get their first 5-on-5 goal. They'll even up the shots 9-9 with the power play opportunity. And the Whitehawks will go back to work here. Childers, S. and Milady will take the draw. Brown and Piaski. Childers, they battle for it on the dot. Comes out, Piaski will take it, come across the blue line. Backhand, that gets stopped, but S is there to follow and help out. Now the Flyers will carry out of their own zone. At the red line, they'll fire it deep into the Hawk zone behind the end line. Brown, first man of the puck, cycles around. That hops off of a Flyer stick right out front. Deflected by Piaski's skate. And Brown will dump it off the glass. Milady will be the first man of the puck. He's going to get an opportunity. Shot. Good shot by Killian Milady. Hard and low. Flyers goalie turns it aside and quickly covers up.
It was a good one to not allow a rebound on. You had 2 Whitehawks screaming down center ice.
Whitehawks will keep the same 5. Flyers win the draw. They'll carry behind their own net to the far side. S is there to knock the puck off the stick. Brown now backhands into the zone. Right back to Brown. That's up. And now finally makes its way out. Whitehawks touch up. before Brown kicks it back into the zone. Flyers will change directions, go the other way. Piaski will pick up the puck at his blue line, backhand to Childers. Childers now carries into the zone. He'll look, sends it to Brown. Brown going rink wide, just off of S's stick. S will carry into the zone. He gets rubbed out, knocked down. Flyers pick up the puck, cycle behind their own net, circle back the other way, come back up the near side. Camera. And Piaski will go center ice to Childers. Brown now to Zilka, backhand, that gets stopped. He's got a hold at the blue line. Fires it back to Brown, that's going to the length of the ice. Flyers will get off on a change. It'll make an easy exit for Brown as he looks up the ice. He'll fire it 2/3 of the rink to Zilka. Zilka now to Renke. Renke brings it into the zone offsides, loses the puck at the hash marks, and the Flyers will come back the other way. Flyers at the Whitehawks blue line. Piaski will ride his man down into the corner, tries to throw it around him, that gets stopped. Koski throws his man into the fray and picks up the puck. Koski now to Zilka. Zilka feeds it to center ice. That doesn't get to Renke. Flyers will touch up. McGovern pushes it out of the zone to Koski. Koski now across the blue line. He'll go wide on the forehand. Cycles around, looks, wraps, goes off the post, still loose. Tie up behind the net. Koski picks it up. He's pinned. Renke is there. Koski pins his man the other way. And now Renke back to Koski. Whitehawks look to set it up out front. Chipped, knocked down. Here come the Flyers. Good stick by Nolan Beal. It's stopped the steam there. And the Whitehawks will dump it back in. Send a fresh body on the ice. Quinn Wesley comes through. Puck goes past Beal. Momentary opportunity as Wesley gets back on the back check. Flyers will use that to get off on a change. Wesley picks it up. That'll go around Flum. Nolan Beal, first man to the puck. He's got a reverse course to Koski. Koski looks, throws it. He releases Wesley. Wesley's got 2 steps. He's going to get a shot here. Quinn Wesley, backhand, upper mesh. Quinn Wesley on a great release pass. Takes no time to bury it backhand, goes up top. Pretty little goal. That'll send the Whitehawks up 3-1.
You called it earlier. Kept leaking a man out.
At some point, it's going to work. So this line continues to put points on the board. Lundgren on the dot. He wins it to Brown. Brown quickly to Piaski. He'll skate up the ice, take the zone, throws it off the glass behind the Flyers goalie. Quinn Wesley fires it right back out front. Lundgren caught it on the backhand and just hopped off of his stick. Goalie quickly covers up in the crease for a face-off. Hawks will leave the same forwards out and the same defenseman. Wesley down in the corner. He's on his backhand. Comes around, gets to the forehand. And I think Wesley knocked the net off, or somebody knocked the net off. So We'll bring it back the other way and have a face-off in the Flyer zone. 7:50 remaining in the period.
I haven't talked about it. It just dawned on me, but this is the last game in a youth hockey tournament for quite a few of the boys on this team.
Yeah, your second-year Bantams. This is their final hurrah here in Des Moines. Be nice to end on a high note. Had a good weekend here in Des Moines. Lundgren is back. Puck squirts by him. Brown knocks it off at the blue line. Piaski will help it out. Flyers decide to hold, and they'll bring it into the zone. Flum will play that aside. He gives it to Brown. Rolls off of his stick, comes back deep into the zone. Lundgren picks it up. He'll go to the backhand, fire it off the boards out to the point. Defenseman holds. That'll come back on Flum. And he'll freeze it in the crease at 7:14 remaining in the period. Yeah, so for a good percentage of the team, this will be their last youth hockey tournament. Beal behind his own net. He's got it to Milady. Milady throws it outside the zone. And the Flyers will throw it right back in. Killian Milady. Now up to Beal. Beal, I just realized Milady's playing defense on this shift. A rare opportunity here for Killian. as Childers picks it up. Childers backhands up to S. S moves forward. He's got his forehand. He's got an opportunity for a shot. Fires. Saw the upper part of the net there, but throws it in the goalie's glove. And we'll face off in the Hawk zone on the near side.
Seems to be this goalie's preferred place to see a shot. Seems pretty confident with that glove.
Yeah, in this angle especially, he's got a good pad, a half a pad over the post. He's baiting guys to throw it in that upper corner. Hawks win the draw. Yes, throws it down. Childers now knocks his man off the puck. Right out to Milady. Shot.
Oh.
That ramps up off a stick. Hits the glass before McGovern comes into the zone. Back to the point. That'll beat McGovern. Puck comes out of the zone for Beal. Beal looks. Whitehawks in the middle of a change. Beal saw S and thought he was going to hang there on the boards. He jumps off and sends Zilka on, and in the meantime, the Whitehawks will be called for icing. That'll go the length of the ice. So we'll bring it back down at 6:19 in the second period. Puck comes out of the zone. Flyers win the draw, but can't hold. Koski now will come 3-on-2 into the zone. He gets knocked down. Puck comes free. Flyers pick it up. Throw it across the crease to the opposite side. Now the Flyers 2-on-2 as they hit the red line. They'll dump it in deep. Flum will stop it behind his net. All the Flyers head off on a change. And they come back the other way. It's an interesting concept by the Flyers. You'll notice that the Whitehawks will typically only either change their forwards or their D. Rarely are they going to come off all at the same time on an on-the-fly change. The Flyers, however, typically will change all five and give up the zone. Piaski pinches his man in the corner. They battle. Now Koski gives a help out. He'll chip it up to Renke. Renke all the way rink wide to Zilka. Zilka, one man to beat. He'll take him outside. Steps back inside. Good play. It goes up top glove side. Turned aside by the goalie. Zilka went to the short side. It was number 88, the goalie for the Flyers, says not this time. And the Flyers will throw it back into the zone. Brown, first man on the puck. Looks, throws it off the glass. He's got Wesley coming through. Quinn Wesley now, one man to beat. Loses the puck. Regains control, throws it out front. Whitehawks in the middle of a change. Trost steps up. He can't handle that puck. Beal will be the first one back. He'll go backhand. Comes back the other way. Fires it out to the center ice. Flyers pick it off. And that's going to be an offsides. Flyers didn't leave the zone. So at 4:42, we'll bring it back out to center ice for a neutral zone faceoff. In the next intermission, we'll do a check-in with Gary Piaski and see how the beard is coming along. Flyers break into the zone. Beal turns him aside, sends the puck back out. Flyers now regroup at center ice. Flyers across the blue line, pass to the center. Beal holds his man up. Puck comes back out to the blue line. Good pressure by the Hawks here, just tenacious. And Quinn Wesley is going to go to the box. 2 minutes for slashing at the blue line. So the Hawks will go back on the penalty kill. Quinn wants a better explanation.
I think in 4 games, Ryan, or 3.5, we've had 1 power play.
Well, it's much like going to northern Minnesota.
Yeah.
You are the team that everybody is watching. Beal will go wide, brings it into the zone, shorthanded. Goes onto the backhand, can't control it, holds it into the zone though, Nolan Beal. He'll retreat to defense, and Ames will take that opportunity to come out of the zone. Lundgren got away with one there. If that player would have fell, that would have been tripping. Lundgren dumps it deep into the zone. Flyers hold at their tops of the circles. They'll come back out now the other way. McGovern steps up. Now he'll push it out of the zone and make the Flyers reset at center ice. They come right back in. Flum will hold it for Beal. Flyers get a change, send off 5. Beal through center ice, right up to Lundgren, and Gabe had stepped off sides. Tough call for the referee to make as to when that puck comes across the line. It's easier to watch the player skates. So at 3:38 remaining in the second period, the Whitehawks will have a face-off deep in their zone. I think you'll continue to see the Whitehawks throw that release on the
they're
change.
They're going to keep giving it to him.
It'll be surprising if the Flyers don't start to leave their defenseman on the ice during a full change. That's now, what, the third or fourth time?
It's burned them once, and they've had a couple of opportunities off it, so.
Flyers come back into the zone. They pick up the puck in the corner. 31 seconds remain on the penalty kill for the Hawks. Flyers down low with the end line. They come back to the hash marks. He'll feed it cross ice. Shot down low, turned aside by Piaski. He muscles his man off the puck. Looks to carry it out before getting pinned on the far side boards. Shot out front. Flum knocks that one down. Piaski immediately picks up the rebound. He'll throw it off the glass. Up but not out. 6 seconds remain on the penalty kill. Wesley will be out of the box here shortly. Brown throws it back to the point. Good stick by S. He's got Wesley with him. Doesn't see him as he shovels the puck forward. Wesley now will come off the ice. Puck sent on Childers. They've got Milady and S. Childers now at the blue line. He steps aside a check. Shovels it deeper into the zone. And
there we go.
It's going to be an interference call, I believe, on the Flyers.
66, I believe, heading to the box.
He decided a little extra contact with Ronan was a good idea. Yeah, interference is the call. So the Whitehawks will go on their first power play here of the game. As CR noted earlier, this line has not seen much action as we've not been given many power play opportunities throughout the weekend. Koski will line up on the jot. Childers on left wing. Renke on the right wing. Renke will push it back to Milady. Milady back down to Koski on the half wall. Now up to Milady. Looks around. Finds Piaski. He'll feed deeper to Ronan Childers. Childers now goes to the end. Renke. Childers. He'll feed it back high to Milady. Or Piaski, rather. Now to Childers. Finds the shot. Renke back out front, tried to give the give go. That gets turned aside. Renke battles for it now. Then he'll feed back to Childers at the hash marks. That'll come to Piaski. He'll walk the blue line, wait, back to Childers. Down low. Renke turns, fires. That made its way through. Walks across the goal crease and can't be stuffed in on the other side. 45 seconds remain on the Whitehawk advantage. Childers bothered at the point. He turns around, gives it to Piaski. Sidestep shot, that goes wide. Renke now. He'll feed it to Koski. Koski looks up top, cycles down low. He'll go back to Renke. Renke steps up to Childers. Childers back to Piaski. He walks the blue line, back to Childers. This is the shot they want. Back to Renke, feed, shot. Whitehawks set that play up about 3 different times. That one connects, but goes high over the crossbar. 12 seconds remain in the penalty. Childers throws it to Piaski. Piaski will split the defenseman, steps right, fires a shot. That doesn't make it. And with 2 seconds remaining in the penalty, Ames will throw it down the ice and come back to 5-on-5 hockey. Milady, first man back, turns it over, knocks his man off the puck before Lundgren picks it up. Lundgren now, hard off the boards. That'll come outside to the neutral zone. Flyers will pick it up at the red line, turn back the other way. Lundgren knocks his man off the puck at the blue line. Not before the Flyers dump it in. Lundgren picks it up, gets turned around. Flyers throw it out front. Puck is there. Flum decides he's just going to lean on it. That'll allow the Whitehawks to reset their defense. And with 28.8 remaining in the second period, there'll be a face-off to the blocker side of Eric Flum. Hawks win the draw. Fire it in deep behind Flum. Beal is there, ties up his man, puck out front. Not before Zoka picks it up in the slot, pushes it forward to Lundgren. Lundgren now, across the blue line. Steps back to the forehand where he loses the puck. S can't hold his own. Now the Flyers will come back the other way, 3-on-3 briefly. Turned aside by Eric Flum's blocker. Good job by McGovern getting there, knocking the puck off of his skate, not allowing that shot to come through. And now Lundgren will come out of his own, and he'll fire the puck down the ice at the end of the second period. So we'll have a 1-minute break before we'll drop the puck for the final period here in Des Moines. So the teams will change ends again. 13-minute stand between the Hawks and a first place finish here in Des Moines. In their last tournament, the Hawks took first place in Hutchinson and have had a good run here the last 10-12 games. Lundgren on the faceoff. He's got Wesley and Trost with him. Trost carries the puck. That gets stopped at the blue line. Flyers now back the other way. Bobby picks it up, fires it to McGovern. McGovern now to Beal. Puck all the way up to Wesley. Wesley brings it into the zone off of Lundgren. That puck goes behind the net. Whitehawks battle for it. Lundgren will come out with it. Now across rink to McGovern. Shot out front. Wesley is there. Throws it back against the goaltender's pillows. That's turned aside. Quinn out front to Trost. That puck now in the slot. And the Flyers goalie covers up. Bit of a flurry here. Another good shift for Trost, Lundgren, and Wesley. Good pressure. Whitehawks will keep the same 5. Draws controlled by the Flyers. They come back out to the neutral zone. McGovern in his own end. He goes one, then the other. Now behind the net. Backhand to Wesley. Wesley on the boards. He tries to fire it out. That gets stopped at the blue line by the Flyers defenseman. Puck will go in the opposite corner. McGovern quickly around to Beal. Beal works his way up the ice. Touch pass. Lundgren back to Wesley. Wesley tries to throw it to Trost. That gets stopped and turned around. And we'll have an icing on the Flyers. So we'll bring it back down to their end for a face-off. .11:55 remains in the game. Whitehawks with a 3-1 lead. And a narrow 16-13 shot advantage as well. Childers throws the puck in the corner. Flyers control. They feed it out to the point. Piaski stops it. Goes D to D. That's going to come outside the zone as Brown had stepped back. Now he'll feed it forward to Childers. That'll come back into the Whitehawks zone. Childers will regroup. Looks. Chips it to Milady. Too far for him to handle. Flyers feed it back deep down into the zone. Brown pinches his man. Piaski will throw it off the glass. That'll come outside the Whitehawks zone and drift back into the Flyers zone. Brown now at center ice. He comes back the other way. S chases into the corner. Flyers reset. Puck goes north. Far enough. Piaski fires it right back the other way. Childers will dump it deep behind the goaltender's net before going off on a change. And the Flyers throw it back through center ice. That'll be icing as it crosses the Hawks end line. 10:49 remaining in the game. Face off deep in the Hawks zone.
Not too many pucks on the net today for the Hawks as they've had in a few of the games this weekend, but the shots they have had have been pretty effective.
Yeah. Reinke on the draw. He battles for it at the end line. He's got Koski with him and Zoka. Koski now. He gets turned around, loses the puck. Zoka feeds it right back down low again. Koski works behind the Flyers net. Reinke tries to feed it back to him. That comes out to Piaski. Piaski at the half wall, who give it up for Koski. Koski spins out front. Puck comes loose. Shot. Zoka. That just turned aside and goes wide. He gets knocked down. Not before Koski fires it. Goalie gets just enough to hold it out of the net. And now the Flyers clear back to center ice. Not before Reinke turns him around. Flyers throw it. Koski drops the puck. Now Brown to Piaski. He'll come across the red line and the blue line. He fires it into the zone. Zoka circles, looks. Holds briefly for Reinke. Puck now comes out to Koski. Koski on the half wall with Zoka. They battle. Puck comes out to the top of the circles. The Flyers will come back the other way now. Sioux Falls dumps it deep into the net, or into the Hawks zone rather. 3 Whitehawks converge. Puck out front. That backhand goes high and wide. 9:25 remaining in the game. Whitehawks will throw it down the ice. They'll change their forwards and one defenseman. Wesley, Lundgren, Trost back on the ice for the Hawks. Beal picks up the puck behind the Whitehawks net. Trost got dumped there, and Wesley will come out. Wesley across the center line. Tries to split the defenseman. They turn him around, send the puck out of the zone. Trost on the near side. And I
Offside?
think that, yeah, that's an offsides. The Flyers almost caught with 6 men on the ice. So we'll bring it back out to center ice for a face-off. They battle for it on the dot. Wesley comes away with it. He'll backhand into the Flyer zone. Trost and Wesley on the forecheck. Wesley behind the net, pins his man, knocks him off the puck. Trost is there to pick it up. Now back out to Wesley. Throws it back out front. McGovern to Lundgren. He tries to feed it up to Wesley. The Flyers block that. And now quickly Nolan Beal comes back the other way. Waits, looks. Now finds Milady, turns it over right outside the Whitehawks blue line. Not before knocking the man off the puck. Lundgren, he loses it, gets knocked into the end boards. Flyers hold the zone. Whitehawks in the middle of a change here. Wesley and Lundgren have been on the ice for quite a while. Ames holds his own. Beal fires it. That'll come out to the neutral zone. That'll allow Wesley to come off the ice. And Lundgren will backhand it the length up into the stands. So at 7:56, there'll be a face-off in the Hawk zone. Childers will take the draw. Some Milady out there with him. Brown fires the puck. That'll get out of the zone. Killian Milady, he'll have an opportunity here. Can he beat his defenseman to the puck? He does. Gets it on the forehand, leaves it for S. Good back check by the Flyers defenseman, just in time to knock S's stick out of the way. Flum now. Fakes the play, leaves it for Brown. S throws it up to Milady. Milady at the blue line. He'll dance and dodge. Now throw it to Childers at center ice. That pass doesn't connect. Whitehawks in the middle of a change. 3-on-2 the other way. Flyers knock their own man off the puck. Leave it for Childers. Then here comes Childers with Renke. 2-on-2 as they hit the blue line. Well, Hawks will cross. Backhand to Renke. Oh, nice nifty little play there from the Hawks. Shot. Piaski. That's turnaround out front. Childers will have to come off on a change as now Zoka and Renke are forwards on the ice. Shot out front. Turned aside. And Renke buries the rebound in the back of the net. That'll read Piaski, or Renke rather, from Piaski at 7 minutes remaining in the game. Whitehawks.
That felt like a goal was coming on that zone play. They had a couple of opportunities and finally had one come to fruition.
Yeah, the Renke Childers cross right there at the top of the circles, and then the backhand feed back to Renke. Just couldn't find the handle to bury it the first time, but circles around and buries the rebound off of Will Piaski's shot. And the Flyers will take a timeout here at 7 minutes remaining in the game. So with the 3-goal lead, do you pull the goalie here early to try to get yourself back in the game with 6 skaters?
It wouldn't surprise me if we see sooner than later. Nothing to lose.
Yeah.
There's no game after this one, so
goal differential will not matter.
It will not.
Flyers talk over their options. It's so quiet, I can hear the football game on Alex Wesley's phone.
But then the buzzer is like
Obnoxiously loud.
Aggressively loud.
This place must really rock when the
Buccaneers.
Des Moines Buccaneers are in town. So, after the Flyers break,
If Friday night was any indication, this baby fills up pretty good for those USHL games.
Flyers look to escape their zone. Hawks hold it deep. Renke is on the near side. Backhand to Zoka. Zoka goes backhand to Koski. Tries to bring it out front. Goalie gets the stick in the way, puts the trapper on it, and we'll have a face-off at 6:42 remaining in the game. "20 shots for the Hawks, 14 for the Flyers." Koski wins the draw, but then loses it as he circles around. Flyers turn it over in transition. Renke up to Zoka. Zoka now on a breakaway. Zoka goes forehand up top. Hits the corner of the crossbar and buries it in for his second of the game. That'll give the Whitehawks a 5-1 lead.
Again, caught him on a stretch pass that just made it through traffic, and Zoka with another fancy move there, buries top left. So I would think if you're going to pull the goalie, it's got to be now. If you're going to try to get back into this with 6, but still in net as the face-off happens at center ice.
Flyers goalie hangs in his net. Puck comes back out to center ice. Wesley, one man to beat. Flyers defenseman turns that away. Now he'll throw it through the crease, or through the slot rather, cross ice. Flyers will throw it in the zone. 6 minutes remaining in the game. Lundgren picks up the puck. Tries to go back the other way. Turned around by the Flyers. That'll come out to the point. Bobby Trost will push the puck out of the Hawks zone. Not before it's dumped back in on Flum. Flum with a low blocker save. Flyers making a change. Piaski goes off of Wesley's stick. No icing. Flyers pick it up in their end as the Hawks make a change. Puck comes back out to center ice. Beal there just in time to break it up. Now the Flyers will throw it in the zone, finish their change with McGovern coming back the other way. Puck through center ice. Flyers throw it in, opposite corner. Beal will be the first man to the puck. He's there with the Flyers. Backhand. S has got to work to get that puck, and now it squirts out to Milady. Kelly Milady. He's got Childers with him. Childers and Milady. Milady throws the puck across. Couldn't get enough steam on it. That won't make it through. Goalie stops the pass. Now S will backhand to Milady. Milady loses it in the slot. Flyers will throw it out of the zone. Beal retreats.
Got to shoot that from space with a screener in front.
Beal tries to throw it to Milady as he was coming across. McGovern picks up the errant pass. He'll bring it deep into the zone. Got to go back the other way. How soon before Operation McGovern goes into effect?
You got to think here.
Puck in the neutral zone. 2-on-2 as the Flyers hit the line. They beat Beal. Shot. That goes high and wide over the crossbar. Renke picks it up now. Leaves it for McGovern. Throws it off the linesman. Puck in the corner. McGovern battles. Another Flyer comes in to help out. And the Hawks will come back across. Renke. He carries with Koski before getting dumped. Koski will pick up the puck. Holding the zone. Checked by 2 Flyers. Renke will come in to help out. They still battle for it. Koski takes his man down. And now gets held and dropped. That looked more like a wrestling takedown than it did a hockey play.
I feel like out of all that, though, good no call.
Koski to center to Zoka. Shot. Renke. Oh, turned aside. Good save by the Flyers goalie as he was going right to left in his crease. Koski picks off a pass. Holds down deep in the zone. He's got Renke out front. Piaski waits for it at the point. Feeds, fires. Turned away out front by the defenseman. 3:19 remaining in the game. As Sam Koski backhands up. And Brown won't be able to hold his own. He'll have to cycle back. Flyers will change. Puck now through center ice to Renke. Renke will almost come across the blue line. Zoka turns it around. Piaski on his backhand. Now to Brown. Brown up through center ice. Renke picks it up. He'll backhand and finish it. Zoka chases in the zone while the Whitehawks change some of their guys. Lundgren on the ice now. He's joined by Trost. Zoka will peel off here and bring on Wesley. Lundgren fires it. That ramps up off of a stick, high and wide off the glass. And the Flyers look to come back up the other way. East to west, and now the Flyers come north, turn it over to Brown. He'll kick it right back out of the zone. Flyers have to wait, but not long enough. So at 2:19 remaining in the game, we'll have a face-off outside the Hawk zone. Lundgren, Trost, Wesley. Brown fires the puck off the glass. Wesley's going to pick that up. He's got an opportunity. He's got Bobby Trost with him. Tries to feed it out front. And the Flyers regain control. They'll bring it back up the other way. Through center ice, 3-on-2. Plum turns that aside with a good leg pad save. 2 minutes remaining in the game. Hawks with a 4-goal advantage. Flyers try to throw it out front. Knocks the stick out of Piaski's hands. Now they complete the pass. Flyers feed it down low. They still have their goalie in the net. The Flyers have resigned themselves. This is going to be the outcome of the game. Not willing to give up any more goals. Shot, tipped out front, turned aside by Flum. Lundgren will pick it up. Fires it off the boards, up and out. No icing as the defenseman touched it on its way out of the zone. Picked off by Milady. Milady goes forehand, backhand, forehand, shot, goal. Killian Milady with his second of the match. 1:15 remains in the game. The Hawks take a 6-1 lead. So now it's just a matter of time.
Well, it'll make for a slightly more jolly 4-hour ride home to have the W today than the alternative, so that I don't hate.
Flyers win the draw. 1:11 remains in the game. Beal will pick it up at his blue line. Reverse course. Bothered by the Flyers. Gets knocked down. Still in the corner. Puck comes out. Tied up there. Childers tries to knock his man out the puck. McGovern will pick it up. Throws it to Milady. He'll fire it immediately down the length of the ice. Goalie has to make the save. Almost was willing to give that up there. 43 seconds in the match as the Flyers bring it across the Whitehawks blue line. They feed it back to the front. Beal gets knocked down, but knocks his man off the puck in the process, and now Renke picks it up. Marshall Renke, he'll chip it out of the zone. Flyers turn it back the other way at the red line. Koski slows up and just pins his man. Now he knocks another man down.
Yes, that could have been much worse for number 42.
Good on Sam just to slow it up, take the puck. Three seconds, 2 seconds, 1, and that will end it here in Des Moines.
So 4-0 weekend.
And the Hawks will celebrate. Sorry, go
Flum
ahead.
with 3 wins, Camo with 1. Whitehawks will win the Rumble at the RecPlex tournament. I got to imagine with the way everything else has gone, this is going to be a decent trophy.
The Hawks team and its goalies recording 3 shutouts on the weekend, giving up 2 goals in the entire time in Des Moines.
Good job, Matt. Doing his team manager duties.
Christine, you'll be very happy that Matt is already down at the ice looking for the team picture. And it looks like a plaque.
Oh, color me slightly disappointed.
Oh wait, that's the iPad. Never mind. I thought she had a plaque she was going to hand out. The team will line up at center ice to get a picture. Coach Pete providing art direction.
And who else would you want, really?
Hawks go to the opposite side. They must have come in on that side. I didn't notice.
They did. Hey, there's Alex Wesley.
A little cameo appearance by Mr. Wesley. Man of not many words, but clearly.
Many finger gestures. We'll be back, what, Thursday night?
Thursday night, where the White Hawks face off at home.
At home against Minneapolis. A couple of big district games here this week for the White Hawks, Minneapolis and Delano.
Yeah, we'll have to work on Wi-Fi in Delano.
Yeah, we're going to figure something out. Yeah.
That tin concrete box is tough to stream from. So I'd suggest fans, if you want a clean stream, get out to the game and watch it in person.
Yep. All right, we'll see you Thursday.